What's up, everybody? It's the Faceless Caseworker, aka D. Marie, the comedian. I'm back at it, man. Hitting the burrows up, man. I'm loving it, man. I'm actually on a secret tip. Been away from comedy and working jokes out, man. So, be doing the show with Midtown. I ain't gonna say the location, but I'm doing the variety show. It's gonna be coming soon. The comedy show. Have rappers and all that on there, man. I might bring some YouTubers in there for all these guys that be yapping off. Let's see if they show up in person, huh? Because D. Marie will drop a location of his comedy show. So if somebody ever on here wants to talk crap, you can catch me in New York City. You know, we ain't going to do the internet yappity. But the reason I'm talking about this is giving that little update of just analyzing the Gully TV and Hassan Campbell thing, right? Now, me, I just got a job. I'm not rich. I don't have no poppin' YouTube channel. But I know the majority of people who on YouTube all want to make money, make large sums of cash on YouTube. They deny it, they lie and stuff. But at the end of the day, that's what people want. Me, 2011, I did stand up. There was no, YouTube wasn't like that. It was around. It was mostly dominated by people who had passions and creators. But now it's like more of a money hungry thing. So, when people say, oh, you should do this and that, I never was really motivated to do YouTube channels. You see the age of my channel, it's way older than the actual amount of videos I have on there. Because I was doing stand-up, going on stage, doing jokes, not internet comedy. But anyway, the foundation of this conversation is the Gully TV and Hassan Campbell video talking about Five God. And he's, Hassan Campbell speaking how much money he makes. Now, I didn't finish the video. I cut it off and he started flashing money and stuff like that. So Five God had mentioned the man doesn't pay taxes. Now here's the thing. A person who makes 50,000, well, let's say 75,000, you made like 100 grand that is taxed. 9 times out of 10, you have to pay like 8, 9, 10 grand on taxes if you didn't write a lot of stuff off from losses and things like that. Right, so if you showed all that profit without any deductions and stuff, you're gonna pay back like 8 grand now. The reason why I know it, one time I didn't know this stuff until I started making more money. You know what I mean? I went to college and got jobs and stuff and started making some decent money, passing the scale of the economy. They say African Americans are on, we only make so and so average. What Kevin Samuels say, black men only make 40 grand. So I said, oh well, we can surpass that. I started realizing I'm passing that. So I think the universe and that who that is, and I am him for blessing me with the wisdom and the knowledge and to come back like Joseph, to get back after falling like many black men do to incarceration and the hood and stuff like that. So I've been shot before, left for dead at 14 years old. 2 of my friends in Queens, right? Mother holding me, lap. I'm bleeding out in the street. Wasn't no street gangster, nothing. I just went to a party. My boy, he's a Casanova. Shout out to my man QP. He did 20 years. He's home. And, he knew some girls lived up in that house. So he went to go ring the bell. It was a weekend. And probably, I'm assuming, it's crazy thing about PTSD is you don't even know this stuff till years later, and memories start popping back in the head. But I didn't remember that part of the story, that he tried to holler at the girls at the house. So I'm assuming those girls in that house are the ones that led to us being shot. They called some dudes, and them dudes went and got gunned and shot. It's by her man or some dude who wanted, some simp dude wanted to murder us over some girl. But nobody disrespected those girls. My boy probably shouldn't have rang the girls' bell at that night, but these are hood girls. And it's not like these hood dudes wasn't ringing their bells like that already. But we were young and we were stupid. And sometimes you can lose your life for being young and stupid. But what I'm saying is this. All these things that these dudes talk online, your Gully TV, Ock47, whatever his name is, tattoo face dude. Oh, and no disrespect to any of these cats. All this hood stuff. Everybody's been through the same stuff. Shot, jail, yappity yap, and then nobody learns from anything. But at the end of the day, people are on YouTube just to make money. So looking at the Gully TV and Hassan Campbell, they were all here for money. They came up with a platform, powerful to you, Shout out to you for creating and you're not in the street doing stuff. You're using street stories and still calling the street provider hide behind cameras and yappity yapping. It's all good. Rappers do it, NBA Youngboy, and all these dudes are doing it now. They probably all in cahoots sitting in a room like Kanye at the Last Supper, coming up say, let's beef with each other. I don't trust anything in rap and entertainment. A lot of it is made up and frauding just to get people like us to entertain and pay attention to it to get these dudes' pockets up. While you sit at your home, self at home, being dumb in the brain, just staring at them, while people like Hassan Campbell are stacking up a lot of money. Now get back to the tax thing. You can probably, $100 grand, you probably owe like $8 grand. I'm not making up. This is a fact. If you have a regular job, or you make 800 bands with a job that's being taxed, the debt is probably like $8 grand or more. So Hassan Campbell never mentioned about the tax thing. So most street dudes don't know nothing about taxes. You got to go hand that to somebody else. So he possibly do. If you made $500,000. Now let's add this up. $500,000 is $500,000. So if you made 100, it's about 8. So you can times that by 5. He probably owes about 40 grand in taxes, or somewhere, maybe more, because I'm not a tax expert. But it's pretty. I bet the minimum is about 40,000 or more on that 100 grand. Probably more. Probably a half. 90,000. He probably taken out of there. So we know to understand that if you do make it on YouTube, anybody can make money. It's not that hard. You put your mind to it. You have some kind of skill. You can work 2 jobs. And like I have a video talking about, on my channel, to check it out on my playlist, about how you can make 100 grand just by having 2 jobs. Right? A little work in, get a bachelor's or something, associates or trade, work 1 job, 2 jobs. If you're not a professional, you could probably make 100 grand. You'll notice that the 100 grand really is nothing. I live in New York, and the 7,500 grand, you live cool, you can buy what you want, buy this and that. But the rent and all that stuff is eating the money up. Car notes, car damage, car repair, the gas is crazy. All that stuff eats your money. If you have a kid, it's going to eat it up. So I'm just looking at, let's be honest, so every YouTuber is out for cash. You can argue and beef because beefs generate sales. Beefs generate views. And that's all this is really about. They're both benefiting off of it. Five Guard and Hassan Campbell. Right? So shout out to all these people. I don't know none of these cats, right? As far as the Hassan Campbell thing, people make jokes about molestation. There's nothing funny about molestation. The crazy thing is, I know a friend of mine who used to manage, when I used to rap before comedy, told me of a story of a guy he knew that lived in Laurelton. Now, this is a crazy story. The dude, he told me he knew from his childhood. The guy, when they were younger, this is a guy, he's probably about 60 now, or pushing 60, or 50 years, probably about 60, pushing 60, told me that his friend always admired, the Zulu Nation. Like, Zulu Nation was the thing to be, like how bloods and dudes want to be blood and all that type of stuff. When I was younger, we wanted to be Lost Boys, and I became a Lost Boy. Shout out to Freaky Ty, rest in peace, J Balls, Sean, 134, Rockaway, everybody, man, right? And, you want to join with the hottest gang. And if you that guy, they'll let you in. It's all the same stuff. You bring other crews in, you get bigger and bigger and whatever. So, this guy wanted to be down with Zulu Nation. He went to the Bronx and got down with it. Years later, he tells my boy Hassan that, that them guys molested him. I don't know the details. But this is way before the internet, and I don't even who knows Hassan Campbell was. This is like 2013 or something like that. He told me the story. And the same guy went to jail. He ended up doing something, catching a charge for touching somebody. And I think he went to jail for an accidental homicide or something. He did like 7 to 15 or something in jail. Right? And he admitted, the crazy thing, he admitted that he had, he became a homosexual in jail, that he was being in a shower and he started being turned on by men in the shower. This is a man being honest about his truth. So he's telling my boy this. And mind you, this dude is now HIV positive. I don't know what, this is 2007 that I first met this guy. I've seen him in person. Mind you, this dude was Diesel. a diesel dude. But you would never know that he came from Queens and admired Zulu Nation, went there and got molested and raped, and he became a predator himself. He became a convicted murderer and caught HIV. All I know, when he got out of jail, he was on parole. He was living with a dude. This is all the stories in the hood they were saying. And then he had HIV. He got his health deteriorated, and he was like domestic violence, beating up his boyfriend, all type of crazy stuff that I heard. But this is all triggering all the way from Zulu Nation in Africa Lombada. The type of drama and trauma and PTS that he spread, and molestation, and created molesters and rapists, spread them all through the world. This one group of people who was raised and held up in high esteem, like they was the foundation of hip hop. You know, this just shows you shouldn't glorify anything. All these crews and all these gangs, man, like, they hide so much stuff. Inside of a lot of crews and gangs, they be hiding the molesters, all type of stuff, pedophiles. People be protected. They say protecting snitches and glorifying. What about all these dudes who touch girls or rape girls back in high school? That dudes know they did it, and they still be protecting them because that's their boy. So, back to the Hassan Campbell and Gully TV thing. I can care less about it. It's all content. People watch it, people laugh. As I always say, no, talking about things that nobody copy. Usually, I'm trying to stick to comedy, like my boys say. D, you're a comedian. Just do comedy. Worried about this stuff. But yeah, at the same time, I like to see stuff, straightened out and more positive stuff, man. It's just not all about jokes all day. But as you see, Hassan Campbell made a lot of money. He made a lot of money from gossip. He got his fame, through the story of molestation of Africa Lombada stuff, who still hasn't been convicted to this day, just has a lawsuit on him. We'll see how that works out. But, it's just crazy that it's all about money. He's flashing the knots of money. Does it really matter about anything? He said he wants to save the kids. Excuse me, and all these things. Does he really want to save these kids? What is it about cash? He slips up a lot. He said that his wife, who's at home, he said when a dude hit the glass in his car, he was in the building getting head. Who was you getting head from? Now, like I said, doesn't matter who he's getting head, but the man has a wife at home. He said he was getting head. He said he was hanging out with his boys, the OGs, and he was getting head. Who was you getting head from, Hassan Campbell? Now, I'm not even being disrespectful, but that's why you got to watch what you say on the internet. Because, it just didn't sound right. You didn't say any girls are hanging with y'all in the buildings. You said that you were in the buildings. You went to go, when the only time you go to the hood is when you go see OGs, right? And then you said you didn't even know what was going on. You was out there, you was getting head, and you were alerted by something. People broke your glass, and you found out you broke your glass. Fire guards saying they confronted you, you ran, so they broke your glass. At the end of the day, who cares? 40-year-old men starting dumb beef. That is probably why Five Guard's album or career never really blew up, because he's worried about the wrong things. You need to work harder. It's not easy out here to be an entertainer. It's not easy to make any of these dreams come true, right? So that is what you should be worrying about, not drama. We all know drama does push people to the avalanche of stuff. People cause drama, and then they get famous. They get clout. And it's crazy. But this is the world we live in. So as we know, YouTube, you can make a lot of money on YouTube according to what these guys are saying, right? 500, you made $500,000. It's pretty interesting numbers. Just make sure you pay them taxes, man, so you don't get jammed up, man. And, watch those friends, like watch the circle before they hurt you, Haas, because you got a lot of grimy dudes coming from jail. They may know how to work YouTube. They may have think your Haas is going to put us on the YouTube. We making it. He's going to show us how to make a channel. Y'all going to buy a house and do YouTube channels to get them chicks too. But just like you made friends with those, with Five Guard, some of those guys may flip on you when the channels don't work out, because everybody can't communicate well. Everybody doesn't have a story. As a friend of mine who was signed to Violator Records told me, Chris Lighty, rest in peace to him, he said everybody has to have a story, right? 50 Cent is the bad guy, and he still rocks it to the day. He still picks on people. His friends and all of them know that. Jimmy Iovine and all of them knew his image. He still rocks it today. He kept that brand and that image so long that he was able to propel it into TV shows about violence and stuff like that, because that's his image, right? Then you have people who are pretty boys. They rock the I'm the ladies man image. Then you have the money guys like Jay-Z. And then you have the crazy ones. And then you have the druggies. I'm the weed head hippie guy. Then you have the backpacker rapper guy. Right? Then you got the guy, oh, I'm not flashy, I'm just a normal guy. That's kind of like the backpacker image. You can translate all these things, man. All these image paths. So I look at Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell's like the victim crusader. People know that he was like a victim, and at the same time, he puts his bravado where he's fighting for the world now. It all fits the same type of narrative for a lot of images. A person who's been tore down and just beat up by the world, and then rises up and gets lifted by the people. So the people are the ones lifting everybody up, right? The people are lifting up guys to make them who they are on these platforms, and is allowing these guys, just like any artist or any entertainer, to be able to live the life they want to live. But Haas, man, you wildin'. You know, I'm not trying to be blowing your spot up, but you said you was getting head in the projects, and then you saying your wife is mad that Five Guard is talking about your kids. You just went. I don't know if y'all got an open relationship, but you just basically blew yourself up saying that you was getting head, and you're married, buddy. You guys are hypocrites out here, man. Now we all know, you know, black men don't cheat, man. According to Charlemagne and all these other people out here. But you be tripping over your words, man. You're gonna ruin your life with the social media, man. Right? What if your wife sees that video, or somebody sends that video to your wife? She's gonna know that you were hanging out back at the projects getting head. You already got people calling your kids Down syndrome and all type of stuff, and that's not good, right? I don't know, those kids look like you, so I figure it's your blood kids. But somebody talking about somebody's kids ain't right anyway. But you got to be careful when you're online, and you want to keep your family correct, man. Because, you know, when you lose your family, you lose everything. You'll go crazy. So that's all I have to say, man. Gully TV, Hassan Campbell, Five Guard drama. It's crazy, man. But y'all guys out here, man, keep your minds right. Stay focused. Don't get too caught up in the internet drama. You need to develop and build your own stuff. Don't get caught up while these dudes get rich and you just sitting there entertaining it while you're sitting here broke, smoking on a Lucy that you found somewhere. Can't be living like this. You gotta be out there and get it, man. Just don't be a watcher in life. Be a participator. This is D. Marie, the comedian, aka the Faith Caseworker. Until next time.